Howdy, old man.
Well, hey, nephew, I'm surprised you're even riding that horse. I thought you got shot in the back a while back. Folks around here tell me you're dead.
Well, not hardly. How you been, Uncle?
I'm doing fairly middling, I guess. You know, these old aches and pains on these days like this. But, you know, I'm really surprised you're back around these parts. You know, people out looking for you.
Well, I figured that. You know, they told me you was retired. I just couldn't hardly believe it.
Well, you know, you're right about that. When your pap got killed by that mule kicking him in the head, I promised your mom I'd try to take care of you. But you kind of run off, you turn bad. Sometimes you turn good. I got something I want to show you, son. Back in '63 during the war, this old pistol right here, I took that off of a Union soldier, an officer. You know, we took a lot of war souvenirs back then. Thing about it is, I shot that man in the back. Now it was war, and they said that was okay. Funny thing about guns, though, it doesn't make things fair. Because you're not facing a man to his face. You're just taking a man and throwing a piece of lead out there and hitting him. And you know, I never got rid of that gun. And after the war, I busted up my leg, and there wasn't a whole lot of things for me left to do. Couldn't work the farm, and I couldn't work in anything else but law. So they hired me as a deputy in the town. And I took that old gun, and I had the barrel sawed down.
Just what's all this got to do with me?
Well, I'll tell you what it's got to do with you, son. See, a gun's a funny thing. You think you own it, but sometimes it owns you. Now, I've used this gun throughout my career. I didn't get none of them newfangled cartridge guns. I kept this old gun here. Because the man who carried it, I don't know how many he killed before then. It may not have killed anybody. But since then, this gun's killed some people. And every time it's been fired in anger, it takes a little bit of your soul. So me and this gun has always got to be together. Because part of me's in this gun. And I'm telling you, you're on the path to where you don't own the gun. That gun owns you. And when that happens, the only person that can save you is the good Lord above, and you better think about your past, because you can choose the wrong path, son. I'm out of law enforcement now. I'm not a sheriff no more. So I'm not going to be chasing you. You got your own free will. But remember, the gun can own you, not you own that gun.
I didn't come here to be preached at, old man. I come here looking for answers. Now you tell me what I need to know.
Well, I do have a piece of advice for you, son. You're going to have to leave. You're going to have to leave this part of the country, because I'm not going to see your mama hurt or none of the other family hurt. And I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Before you leave, the path you're choosing is not the right path. But I'll give you one other piece of advice. If you're intent on doing what you're going to do, I heard there may be a couple of them in Missouri. And that's the best advice I'm going to give you.
You know, revenge is a dish that's best served cold.
You know, there's a couple of bounty hunters on your trail, so you better be watching your back.
Bounty hunters, huh? Well, you know them boys is after one thing, and that's the reward.
I thought that's what you were after.
Me? It's the reckoning.
Well, nephew, I guess you got your mind made up. You do what you got to do, but you stay safe out there. And you remember what the good book says. The Lord says the vengeance is His.
I told you not to preach at me, old man.
I know.
We've been through a lot together, you and I.
That's right, buddy.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here. But you take care of yourself, old man.
You stay safe, you stay safe, buddy.
Will do. You know, one thing struck me as funny, old man. You said that vengeance belongs to the Lord. Well, I am His vengeance.
Godspeed, JD.
You take care, old man.
Just remember, each day we're given is a gift. It's not a given right.
Boys, them beans done did a number on me. I gotta go to privy.
Howdy, Cookie.
Well, JD, I thought you was dead.
Well, not hardly. Where's the rest of the boys?
Well, I don't know where they are, JD. I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't be lying to me now, Cookie, would you?
Well, they never tell me where they're going, JD. I don't know where they are. I really don't.
So how long you plan on staying out here?
Why? You get nervous?
I don't know, just saying.
Well, I like it here just fine. Besides, ain't nobody around here recognized us yet.
Well, you're the boss. You are now anyway.
Well, I told you not to bring that up anymore.
I ain't had no part of
You're
it.
gonna tell me I'm gonna cut you like a fish!
I think they're up at the camp.
Camp, huh?
Yep, right up the hill.
Boy, I've been wanting to get you boys for a long time. If you lie to me, boy, you're dead. You understand me? You're dead!
I ain't done
Dead! Walk!
I'll tell you right where they're at.
Well, we couldn't help the way it turned out.
Well, we could have, but we didn't. That's what haunts me.
We got the money though.
Well, a lot of good that does for a dead man.
Yeah, I reckon. What you thinking?
I don't know. Maybe we should move on. Maybe go our own separate ways for a while.
JD's dead, Eddie. We need to put it behind us. Heck, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, you're right.
Shouldn't Cookie be back by now? What's taking him so long?
Well, you know Cookie. It don't take much to distract him.
You got that right.
Why don't you go back to the house and go get some more coffee? We're about out.
All right, then. I'll be right back.
Did he come this way?
Sure looks like it. They're moving slow. Tracks are pretty fresh.
You think they know JD's back in town?
I highly doubt it. If they did, they'd be clear to Mexico by now.
If I knew JD Schofield was back in town, I'd cover my tracks a little better.
That's just it. They think JD's dead. I say let's wait and see what happens.
Cookie.
What happened to him?
Howdy, Eddie.
Well, J.D. Schofield. Well, I thought you were dead.
Not hardly. There's a lot of people been telling me that lately. I'm getting a little tired of hearing it.
J.D., it's been a long time.
What's the matter, Fast Eddie? Looks like you just seen a ghost.
This can't be. I seen you take a bullet.
Well, it turns out that familiar day, the doc dug 4.45 slugs out of my gut and a slug from a Henry rifle out of my back. Now, if I remember right, there's only one Henry rifle that's involved in that fight. Only one.
You're accusing me, J.D. Well, there's lots of men in these parts that have a Henry rifle. Putting all that aside, that wasn't no reason to kill Cookie.
Well, just a little knife in the back. You ought to know a little something about that. Turns out after that gunfight that day, they patched me up and sent me down to Yuma Territorial Prison. I reckon the only thing kept me alive was thinking about you boys and all that money. All $15,000 of it.
You're playing against a stacked deck, J.D.
Well, let's start dealing.
told you you was playing against a stacked deck.
Told you all we was gonna have to do was wait. This was a dead man's revenge. Yeah, now it looks like they done took care of it for us. We can get the money and get out of here.
Zebediah Trent, I now pronounce you dead. You think Schofield's got any money on him?
No, he ain't got no money. Leave him for the buzzards. Wonder if McCain's got any money on him. His gun. Check him. Well, looks like he's got plenty on him. Look at that. Looks like this boy might have been holding out. Looks like he's got a little bit of Cookie's money on him, too. He's got money all over him. Hold that. Got a money belt down here. He's full of it. Alright, that's it. Alright, you stay here. I'll go up and get the horse.
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Or would you live each moment